Hey guys, Cameron with CPM Reviews here, and I'm here to give you my What If 2-for-1 special. I'm here to talk about episode 5 and 6 of What If. As always, I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler light as possible in order for you to go and enjoy the episodes for yourself, but we're going to go ahead and get started with this right now. First of all, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a whole lot to me. If you're a fan of this sort of thing, click that like and subscribe button so that you can get as much of this as possible, as much as I post. And if you also want to know as soon as I put a video on the channel, hit that notification bell. You'll know as soon as I upload. Let's talk about episode 5, which came out the week before, and this is the What If Zombies. This is, of course, based on the Marvel Zombies storyline that came out about 15-ish years ago or so, and that kind of told the story about what if Earth's mightiest heroes were zombies. Although it takes a very different approach to it. There's a few things that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of on this episode. Like, number one, I remember getting the comics that first introduced Marvel Zombies, which was in Ultimate Fantastic Four, number 21, I believe, maybe 22. So I've been there reading the comics since Jump, and there was a very different thing than the zombies in the comics than the zombies in this episode. And the biggest thing is that the zombies in this episode are like classic zombies. They don't speak, they don't personify, they just growl. They have that guttural moan. Now, something that is interesting is that, like the comics, they actually can use their powers, but they don't communicate. And so it's a little bit different from the comics, which is perfectly fine. But the thing that I didn't like about this episode is that it doesn't feel grounded. It doesn't feel structured. You do have quite a few fan favorite characters. You've got Spider-Man in this episode. You've got Bruce Banner in this episode. You have Kurt from Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp in this episode. You have Happy Hogan in this episode. You have sorry, I was about to say the actress's name. You've got Agent 13 in this episode. Everybody kind of has a role to play. You've got Okoye in this episode as well. So this isn't spoiling anything as far as who you see, but kind of like the path that they take. Not exactly my favorite structure, and they do have this take place right after the opening scene of Avengers Infinity War. So you have kind of like a time frame about when this is happening. Overall, I do like some of the things that happen, not all of them. Some of them are kind of stretched as far as what I would like to happen, but that doesn't mean that I didn't like the episode. It's close to the bottom for me because of how unfocused it felt. Now, I understand that they had to kind of like go grandiose with some of the things, and I think that they went a little too grandiose towards the end. It is not my least favorite episode, so don't worry about that. However, it just didn't hit the mark for me. I wish that the zombies were kind of like that Marvel Zombies Volume 1, where you had Hank Pym kind of being this really smart yet despicable character, where you had Spider-Man being this absolutely distraught character. He's like, I'm so sad I ate my Aunt May, that sort of thing. We didn't have anything close to that. Not that Spider-Man is a zombie in the episode. He's not. He's one of the last few remaining heroes, but it's just that kind of personification that I was hoping for that we didn't get. Episode 6 is out now, and it tells about what if Eric Stevens, aka Killmonger, had saved Tony Stark at the very beginning of the first Iron Man. And I've got to be completely honest with you. This episode does two things. Number one, it pretty much replaces my favorite episode. And number two, it makes Killmonger pretty much my favorite villain in the MCU. Now, is he the best villain? Like, this is, of course, favorite villain, you're talking about subjective. Anybody can be anybody else's favorite. That sort of thing is fine. However, this elevates Killmonger. So Killmonger goes through this process, and I literally cannot spoil this for you. You have to watch this absolutely on your own without any kind of spoilers for you to truly enjoy this episode. For me to say that Killmonger is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers is an understatement. Eric Stevens is absolutely fantastic in this episode. And just like in the last episode, the majority of the original actors come in and play the roles of the characters. So in this one, you actually do have Michael B. Jordan coming back as Killmonger. There are a lot of other characters that are in this that I really don't want to say anything about because you want to watch this. This, even though it starts off at the very beginning cinematically with the first Iron Man, it spans other movies. It spans a scene that is akin to Avengers Age of Ultron. It also spans Black Panther. There are several things that it references, even though it's set in that 2008, 2009 era that you definitely do not want to sleep on. This was my favorite episode, and it elevates Killmonger to a level that I did not expect to see. I absolutely 100% feel like this is my favorite episode, which I did not expect episode 2 to get dethroned, but here we are. Before I go, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about. First off, with this series, it seems like we're heading towards some sort of convergence. I feel like we are about to see all of these seemingly random episodes come together with one gigantic convergence. And it could possibly be something that becomes canon in our current day MCU, not just these random, seemingly scattered multiverse episodes. And I think it is the watcher, every episode becoming more clear, becoming more personified, that we're going to see it. And I think that Doctor Strange at the end of episode 4 is going to be the catalyst that brings this together. Fingers crossed, I hope. There are some characters that we still haven't seen in the series, like Gamora, that we have seen in other things. And I do believe there was another Captain Marvel in the latest trailer that was out. So there's that. Number 2, the thing that I want to bring up is that I am going to be attending a comic book convention here coming up in the next couple of days. I'll be heading to Fan Expo Dallas, and I am very much looking forward to this con. I don't know how much footage I'm going to get, but I definitely hope to get quite a bit of good things for you guys. If I don't, I apologize. They may have restricted filming due to them having their own YouTube channel, but there's a slice of pie for everybody. There are other things that I should be able to catch for you. So hopefully I get some good things there, maybe an interview or two. I definitely am going to be playing some games with some attendees, so look forward to that. Even though they weren't any of my most popular videos, they were some of my favorite videos to do, and so I'm definitely going to get onto that. But that is all that I'm going to talk about today with this episodes 5 and 6 of What If. Let me know if you were kind of meh or if you loved them like I did in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends. As always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.